I'm Amber Davies, and this is your 5-minute call. This is the space where musical theatre takes centre stage. From unforgettable backstage stories with incredible special guests to insights from my life and my theatre journey. We're leaving it all on the mic every single week, so let's jump in. Hello, welcome back to your 5-minute call with me, Amber Davies. Now, I have a sensation sitting opposite me. I feel so honoured that you're here. She is the current Elphaba on tour. It's Laura Pick.
Hello.
Hello.
Why am I so nervous?
Why?
I just am. I feel so chilled, but then I'm like...
I mean, you literally sing Elphaba every night. I feel like you're like a superwoman now. Do you feel like you can do anything?
No, maybe. Well, some good days. Ask me on a good day. Yeah, it is a good day. Yes, I can do anything.
The first thing I ask everyone, and I'd love to know this because obviously you're playing probably the hardest role known to man. What's your pre-show ritual? I ask everyone this.
It's really boring, and I'm the most unorganised person. Am I running to stage for my entrance? Yes, I am. So because I don't really get a chance to speak to people during the show, I really push my time after warm up before the quarter, just trying to chat to people. So then
check in.
Yeah, so it'll get to the point where I'm like, oh God, I need to go because I need to warm up. And I'll be warming up whilst putting all my underwear on, and then the dressers all come in to get me ready, and I'll still be I'm just having a wee. And I'll just be still doing my warm up right until, yeah. But I was always like that, and I just...
So that's amazing though, because I feel like thinking about the role of Elphaba, I'd be candles on, getting into my zone, saying all my affirmations, but you're just running around.
Yeah, I think it's part of who I am as well. I don't want to take it, obviously it's a demanding role, so the more seriously you take it, I guess it could be difficult if it just is all consuming.
Just look at it more casual.
Yeah, I've done it for quite a while now as well, so it's just I'd rather have fun.
Yeah, doing it.
Yeah.
Rather than look back and think, oh my God, I was a wreck.
Yeah. Obviously there's a line, isn't there? But yeah, it's just I'd rather be able to have a chat and...
Yeah.
Because we used to do that in London, with Sophie Evans, after the warm-up and stuff, we would go and have mothers meeting in her dressing room, and I'd really push it until wigs needed to come and put my wig on.
I love that.
Yeah.
We will delve into Wicked and the other amazing things you've done, but I want to know, when did you discover your voice? When did you think, oh, I want to do this as a career?
It's all I've ever wanted to do. I think I was very lucky that my parents were very supportive from a very young age, and I started going to youth groups. I think I auditioned for my first one. You had to be 7, and I auditioned for it the day before my 7th birthday, and I sang My Boy Lollipop. Aww. And I had my pedal pushers on, and I think my platform trainers that I think I wore to go and see the Spice Girls. So
what a combo.
Yeah. So I don't want to say it's the only thing I'm good at, but it's the only thing I've ever wanted to do. I'm not the most academic person. Had to work quite hard for any grades at school and stuff, but really my passion was always...
So you're creative.
Singing. Yeah.
Where did you live when you were younger?
Wakefield.
So close to here.
Yeah, so close to here, yeah.
So we're actually filming in Leeds right now because obviously Laura's in Wicked, they're in Bradford, we're in Leeds. I was going to say we're going on a night out on Thursday, but I highly doubt you'd be there.
No, I think I'll be passing. Yeah.
So you were brought up around here. Did you have any access to London? Did you go and watch shows when you were younger?
Yeah, well, I don't remember going to London till I was... Oh, my parents probably killed me if I'm missing something. But when I was 12, we went to London. Well, I was actually part of an impersonation competition.
Wait, details.
So I think I was 11, 12, and I had to sing down the phone for the first round for this impersonation competition.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think you'd be able to guess who I was.
Go on.
I was Barbara Streisand.
Were you?
I don't sound anything like Barbara Streisand.
Hang on, at 11?
Yeah, I didn't sound anything like her. But that's who I was listening. I was singing Evergreen Barbara Streisand's version of Evergreen down the phone.
Confidence, Laura. That's confidence.
And then I got through and had to go to, I want to say, it was like Bridlington or somewhere to like sing on this stage to see if you got through to the final. And it was all sponsored by Haribo. So there was like Haribo everyone. I was such a chubby little, I had such a chubby little face as well. And I was wearing a white trouser suit.
Iconic.
And then I got to the final and went to London. And that's my first memory of London. I feel like while we were there, we went to see, I want to say Blood Brothers.
Did you?
I think.
So do you think, is that the first show you saw?
I don't know. I can't remember. I think it was. Because when I was younger, there's an interview of me on Look North with my mum when I was doing this competition. I got to the finals.
We'll have to find that.
I have to have a clip of it. And then it's like, what's your favourite shows? Like, what do you want to be in? I was like, I want to be in Chicago or Blood Brothers. Like, 2 shows I'll probably never be in. Like, me in Chicago, absolutely not. Can't dance for toffee. I do also have a video of me singing All That Jazz with some self-choreography, which is actually hilarious. But yeah, so that's my first memory of going to London, and it was at Planet Hollywood. Is that a thing? I think
with bowling alley.
I don't know. Maybe it's all different now. But it was like, yeah, and there was this final, and I came second.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
Got like a lifetime supply of Haribo, which I don't think it was a lifetime. I don't know. I just remember there being a lot of Haribo sweets.
And that's so cool. What a cool memory.
Yeah. I've got a really cracking picture somewhere of me. It's like mounted on like a Haribo thing in my white trouser suit with my
like being Barbs.
Big old mic. Yeah, being Barbs. I wasn't a good impersonator. I was just a 12-year-old that could sing.
And had confidence.
But I didn't have a lot of confidence.
Did you not?
No, I was always really shy. Like, I used to do a concert every Christmas for this wonderful man who put on these dinners. And I always used to say, I guess it was great for growing up and doing this, but it was the talking side of it. I could stand there and sing, and I would literally stand there and sing.
Yeah.
Like, probably no expression on my face. But then I had to, like, learn how to do the introducing without just saying, for my next song, I'm going to sing this.
Which makes a lot of sense, because I've seen clips of you singing in, like, a concert-y or, like, on TV. It's like, you sing a song and then you go, so it's not in, like, situ of the show. But does that not eat you alive? Like, I hate concerts.
Yeah.
It fills me with anxiety.
Yeah, it's terrifying.
But oh my God, guys, I've got to show you this clip of you singing Defying Gravity. Do you know which one I'm talking about?
Big Night Musicals.
Oh my God.
It was an amazing day.
Like, how do you feel? Like, how did you feel seconds before going out doing that?
Nervous. But I was so excited, and it was the day that I was announced for the tour. So it was all... Like, I just had this amazing team of people with me all day. We spent so long in hair and makeup, but we had so much fun. And, yeah, I was really nervous. It was Ain't Too Proud were on before me. So I was just, like, stood in the wing in all my gear, like, waiting. And they were like, oh, come on. You were, like, joking, like, come on. I was like, oh. It's really scary.
I mean, put me in the middle of a story, fine. But if you just pull out a song and whack it, like, I've done West End Live 3 times.
Yeah.
And every single time it's gone wrong. Can't hear the, like...
It's always really hard to hear. I've done it twice.
Did you do one as Elphaba?
Yeah. I've done both as Elphaba.
Okay, that's, like, daunting. Because you can't hear.
Yeah.
And then the YouTube audio is directly through the mic, which I just think my career would be over if that happened to me.
Yeah, I think there's also an element of pressure when you're doing it for a show and you're representing. Like, it's because you don't want to let anyone down. So it's hard, but...
And the songs are just hard anyway. Like, you can warm up a little bit before Defying Gravity in the show. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, also, Mountview. You trained there. How old were you when you went there?
18.
So you did your A-levels and then you went?
I did a BTEC.
Okay.
Yeah, I did BTEC musical theatre at Wakefield College.
Gorgeous.
And then went to, so I had a great fun 2 years then before going to drama school at 18.
Did you enjoy Mountview?
Yeah, I mean, I think I've blocked a lot of memories from it. I think drama school can be a very intense time. And I think I grew up being quite a big personality, like in my Amdram group circles, and had a lot of fun. And then I think you also go to drama school and then you're surrounded by so many other big personalities that actually you can get a little bit lost. I remember, like, in first year we had I had lovely housemates, but we were lived in like a mouldy house. Like the house was really mouldy.
Standard.
So we moved out after 6 months. So we had like a mouldy house leaving party. And I remember just going into like the bedroom and just being like very overwhelmed, which isn't like, and generally I'm not like that, but I just felt a little bit like, oh, this is a lot. So like, it's very
Did
intense.
you feel like you weren't being like your true authentic self? You felt like you had to act or behave like everybody else, otherwise you'd get lost.
Yeah, but I think I also was just I was a bit quiet. I think I was just daunted by it all. Like there's a lot of academic work to it, which, because if you're doing the degree...
Did you
like
do a
it is.
degree?
Yeah.
Oh, you did a degree?
Yeah, so there's a lot of written work as well as the performance side, and it's just like you think you're all right at what you do, and then suddenly you're like...
Yeah.
But yeah, no, drama school, it's a great experience. I've still got so many close friends, and I feel like my year group have done really well. There's quite a lot of people that are like doing really well.
Yeah.
So
Can I ask what year you graduated?
I graduated in 2013.
Same year as Jade.
Yeah.
I started
Did she
that
the same year?
She was your year, Erdang.
Oh, see, in my head, Jay didn't go to Erdang. I didn't realise she went to Erdang.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
So you guys graduated the same year, and then
Yeah.
I started in the September.
Oh, wow.
I love that. So a couple of things you've done. You've covered Maria in The Sound of Music, Regents Park.
Yeah. Do I remember that? No, absolutely
not?
not. It was my first job straight out of college. I was very lucky.
So your first gig out of college was cover Maria.
Yeah.
I mean, that's amazing.
It was very lucky, and it was my third year show. I did Anything Goes.
Okay.
And the musical director for it was Steve Ridley, who is one of the most amazing musical directors and people I've ever worked with. I really love him. He was the musical director. Rachel Kavanagh was the director. And I think, obviously I don't know, like I think he got me in the room and then I got the job, but I still like would thank him to this day because I don't think...
Like he gave you...
I feel like, I probably didn't deserve it out of other people.
Laura.
Well, no, I mean, there was a dance round and I can't dance. So, if it was probably somebody that would have done more, that would have been more experienced and able to do it. But you just don't, sometimes it is...
Who you know.
All you need is somebody to believe in you. And I really
Yeah.
felt like he gave me that shot.
Did you go on for Maria?
Once.
Once?
The day I graduated. So my mum, my dad and my brother were there.
I've got goosebumps.
Yeah. I don't remember it though. But it was like, I was sat in the Actors' Church ready to graduate and the company manager was ringing me and I was like, hi. He was like, oh, you're going on tonight? I was like, what? Because nobody expected it to happen.
Oh,
Because it's only a 6-week run.
But Regents Park, though, it's like one of my dream places to work.
It's amazing.
Apart
It was
from,
amazing.
I don't want to go in the peak of summer, though, because I feel like my hay fever will kill me.
Yeah.
But that's amazing.
It was amazing. But I don't remember it.
Really amazing. Then you've worked at the Union.
Yeah, I did that after I did a cruise contract.
Love that.
Yeah, that was fun.
Working at the Union is like a lot of people's biggest goals.
Yeah, it was so, honestly, I had so much fun with the most amazing group of people. I was in the ensemble of Anyone Can Whistle, had like a really small little part, but it was just a real quirky production with amazing people, and I honestly just had the best time.
I love that. I
Yeah.
love that. I think contracts like that, you remember forever.
Yeah.
And then, so you've done cruises as well.
Yes, I did like a 8-month contract
I've done a cruise.
on a cruise. Did you?
Yeah.
Who did you do it with?
I did it with Aida.
Oh, nice.
As soon as I graduated, I went for 6 months to the USA and Caribbean. Do you have a good itinerary?
Yeah, we did a lot of Boston, New England. So we did like a lot of Canada in like the autumn, and that was beautiful. We did go to Bermuda. We had like overnights in Bermuda, which was a lot of fun.
Stunning.
Like in the sea at 1 a.m, just living your best life.
I love that.
Yeah, it was great.
So I was actually talking to Carl, who was on last week's episode, about cruises, and I feel like sometimes people are scared to go on a cruise because they feel like they're going to jeopardise their chance in the industry, and I just don't think that's the case.
No, I think it's a great job.
Yeah.
I think it's amazing.
Save money, see the world.
100%.
Get drunk in Bermuda.
And also, like, you're still doing what you want.
Yeah.
So before I did the cruise, I'd had Sound of Music, I'd done Panto, and then I'd had nothing for 2 years. And it was like at the point where you start to go, why am I doing this? I'm getting to finals for things. And then suddenly you're not even getting in the room for things. And you can really just like forget why you're doing it. And I think for me, doing the cruise and then doing the show at the Union, like I was I got a bit of, my mum called it my sparkle. My sparkle back because I was actually just singing for a job and performing for a job.
I love that.
Yeah.
Look, Laura's literally playing Elphaba on tour and you were unemployed for 2 years.
Yeah.
Like, in those moments, how did you stay motivated?
I don't know. I had many a blip because I was working in retail at Bravismo. And,
Love Bravismo.
Yeah.
Shout out Bravismo.
Shout out Bravismo. Also there, made some absolute friends for life. Some of the best people I've ever met. Had a lot of fun. Went on some really amazing holidays. But then still auditioning and then having to get time off work for auditions and stuff. And I remember going home one weekend and being like, just don't want to do it anymore. I just can't do it. I think I got an audition through for something that I was like, I was a dance round.
Why am
like,
I in for it?
I can't dance and I didn't want to go back and do it. But I think you just have to remember, and this is what I say to people, you have to remember why you're doing it. Mm-hmm. You have to remember like how much you love it. Like, just go and sing in your bedroom and just be like, oh, I do want to do this.
But look, if you'd never have carried on and just been like, this is just a blip, you wouldn't be sitting here now playing Elphaba. Like, there is always something around the corner. Just carry on.
Yeah.
Carry on.
Yeah.
Like, I even look at the West End now and I think, is there anything there for me? Probably not. But I'm not disheartened. I'll just take a little sabbatical after Pretty Woman if nothing comes up. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Now it's time for a quick interval. Go and powder your noses and we'll see you in 2. I've got to tell you this story because it's the funniest thing ever. You were about to talk about it with me before we were recording. I said, oh, no, wait. So I'd gone in first round, Back to the Future. I was signing in and I knew who you were. I knew you were in town with Wicked at the time. And I was signing in to do this audition and I just saw a name that had signed in before me and it said Laura Pig and I thought to myself, I may as well not be here.
Wow.
I thought, how am I going to get this role when she's in? Who were you in for?
For Lorraine, yeah. But I also saw, I didn't see your name, but I saw other names on there. I can't remember who it was and I thought, oh, I'm not going to get it.
I'm not going to.
I mean, obviously I didn't, you did. But
I just think George was really young.
Well, no, I also think, I don't know how right I even am for it in general anyway.
Yeah.
But I had a lot of fun. I really enjoyed
good material,
I really
isn't it?
enjoyed the auditions, which I think is a nice thing. I thought the team were really nice. And when I saw you'd got it, I was like, that makes so much sense.
It depends. It's like a jigsaw, isn't it, basically? Yeah. When they're casting, it's a jigsaw. And I know that they'd found Oliver Nicholas, who was playing George, and they had to match. He was young. Like, it was basically his first job out of college. Yeah. And they had to match someone to look as young as him. Yeah. And I've had so much Botox that they just thought she's perfect.
But then also, doesn't everything happen for a reason? Because
I met my baby.
Your love.
I met me love.
So, there you go.
Right, let's get into Wicked.
Okay.
You've probably done 1,001 interviews about playing Elphaba, but I just want to know the nitty and gritty. And I basically put up on our Instagram yesterday that we may have an Elphaba in.
Yeah, but what I loved about that was Instagram, like the writing of it said alphabet.
Oh, did it?
I might have an alphabet. I was like, that's so funny.
I bet people who aren't in this industry will think, what the hell is she talking about?
Alphabet?
I just want to talk a little bit about, obviously you were standby and then got the role. I want to know all about, like, mentally how that was for you. And then I've got loads of questions that they've asked.
Great.
So when you booked the gig in town, was it for standby?
When I was auditioning, I didn't realise I was in for standby. I'd done the dance call, I'd done cover Elphaba material. But I'd done the dance call before, so I kind of knew it. So I was like, okay, I've got this. I'm gonna be fine.
It's a hard dance round.
It's a really hard dance round, but once it's in there, like, I've never forgotten it. I still, like, when they're doing Ozdust on stage, I'm doing one of my changes, and me and one of our wiggies, like, we do some of the choreography, like, whilst we're doing the change. Like, it's only like a little bit of it. It's really cute. Yeah, so I'd done all that, and then at one point they sent me, like, Nessa material.
Oh.
So I think I was in for first cover Elphaba, second cover Nessa at one point. And then I remember doing my final, and I think I did Nessa in my final as well as Elphaba. And then when I basically got told that, like, my tapes had been sent, it was like that I was in for standby, and I was like, I don't really know what that means.
What does it mean for our listeners?
So it means that you could go on any day. So in town, it's different, obviously different to tour, because on tour we have no like holidays really. But in town, like you go on any holiday, any sickness, you could go on mid-show. Like you always just kind of have to be.
So do you always have to be in the building?
Yes.
So
I feel like there's like way back when it used to be you just had to be in the area.
Okay.
But now you have to be in the building. Yeah.
And there's no guarantee that you'll go on for the week?
No, yeah. I think the longest I went was 6 weeks without going on.
A standby?
Yeah.
Who were you covering, Alice?
Yeah.
I know. She's just
Yeah.
ruthless, isn't
Yeah.
she? She can just go, 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 go,
Yeah.
go.
I was like, oh, come on.
Yeah.
Wow.
Come on. And then you played Elphaba for the 15th anniversary.
Yeah.
And you've also emergency gone in and done
Yeah.
Elphaba. Epic.
Yeah.
What was that call like?
It was fine. It's always like, I remember, so when I first left, then it was still around the times of COVID and stuff. And I got COVID the week after I'd left. So that took me a while to get over that. And then I remember, I think they were suffering with it in town. And so I had to go back and then was on for a 2-show day. You know, like when you haven't done it. I know it hadn't been long. But you know, when you're like, God, I've just had COVID. Like I just feel, and then I've got to go and whack out 2 shows. But then other times the call would come and you'd be like, great, yeah.
Yeah,
especially
I'll
I had one that I knew I wasn't available on the Saturday because I was going to a wedding. So I was like, yeah, I can go and whack out a Friday night and then
Pop to the wedding.
yeah, and then going to a wedding tomorrow.
Love that.
Yeah. And then actually just being on standby, going back, and it was nice.
Yeah.
So it was nice to go and hang out and
dip in and out.
Yeah.
You can, like, how many Fieros have you done it with, or Glindas? You know, that's so
yeah,
fab.
so many.
And I love that because it all feels so different.
Yeah, everyone is so different. Like when people like compare, I'm like, you can't compare.
No.
Like you can't compare an Elphaba against another Elphaba because
No.
everyone is so different. Like yes, the show is like a machine and it works the way that it does, but everyone sounds different and
Yeah.
has different elements.
Yeah. Right, I need to ask you these questions, otherwise we're not going to have time. So these are from the public. How long does it take for you to warm up your voice?
So I think it's like probably like 15 minutes, 20 minutes max. I've got like 3 separate warm-ups that the vocal coach that Wicked got us in with, Claire Underwood, she's amazing. She's like sent me them and I do them every day, and now people walk in and like laugh and we've started doing it
Together.
because there's like a part that's like, oh no, and like, oh
okay.
right. Like we just do it like part like a speaking part of it.
Do you
And
think
so,
that you'd do that warm-up for any role?
yeah.
So
I think if I was doing something that was a bit more like soprano-y, although I'm not in that place right now, I would have to go a bit more into the range and stuff. But yeah, it's got enough of everything I need.
Fab.
Like one on like a bubble, a straw, one that's like tongue and soft fruit, and then one that's like the actual Elphaba warm up.
this is more just for me to know. Do you like steam or anything like that?
Yeah.
No, and the nebulizer.
I'm not as much of a nebulizer gal. I've tried to be, but I'm like, when do I do it? So I do, if I'm feeling a bit dry or a bit like I
Yeah.
feel like I need the extra, I'll nebulize. But I'm a morning, evening steam gal. I'm steam like last thing, don't speak.
After.
Yeah.
And you do that every day?
Yeah.
Morning and night?
Yeah. I never used to do it morning. Now I do. I'll do morning, even just for like 10 minutes, and then voice rest for like 15 minutes before I start to like speak.
Love that.
Yeah.
Love that. What song or section of a song is the most difficult to sing as Elphaba?
Probably the end of Defying Gravity.
Do you think?
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like that's when I was coming back to the role, that was what I was struggling to get back in my voice.
It's like just finding it again.
Yeah, but I think even sometimes from doing it at concerts when I wasn't doing the show, if the sound's not great, you end up putting it into like bad places. So then it was just trying to find my place again. Yeah.
And somewhere where you can sustain 8 shows a week.
Yeah.
And do you do 8 shows a week?
I haven't been as much recently. I was quite poorly in Edinburgh and then I was really poorly in Birmingham. I've never had so many
Post-COVID.
illnesses in my life. But I'm just working back up to that 8-show week now, which like it feels like doable.
Yeah. But I love you sitting here and be like, I'm still working up to doing 8 shows a week.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I feel like Viv's a big thing.
Yeah.
And I feel like sometimes I have to be honest with myself. Like, there's moments on the tour where we do a double back to back, and I'm just like, if I'm going to be here for the weekend, I probably should take this matinee off and give my voice a rest. You have to be like,
Yeah.
you have to be open and honest. Like, we know our muscle, you know?
Our instruments. It's athletes. We're athletes.
Yeah.
It's like you wouldn't just go and run a marathon. Well, some people would, I guess, but you know, you have to train.
Yeah.
And it's been really hard because when I was in town, I was doing 8 shows a week. I did like 5 weeks without going off before my holiday and stuff. So coming back and not being as strong has challenges. Of course it does.
Yeah.
But also there's so many elements to touring that is more challenging than being in London, because then at least
You're
in London
travelling.
you're going home every day.
Yeah.
You're going back to your home comforts, to your dog, your own bed, you know, all stuff like that. Whereas like on tour, you might be staying somewhere that you don't feel as great or as comfortable, or there's like aircon or just different elements that just make it a little bit more challenging.
Yeah. And is your company manager like very relaxed about it?
Yeah, she's great. She's
love
really
that.
great. Yeah.
And you have an amazing swing anyway.
I do. But like this, I just think it's so important to have like, you know, all our company is amazing, but you've got like the people that you know that you can go to, like, and that will like pick you up off the floor if you're feeling down. And like Jade is one of those people, and like she's very special.
Love
I
her.
love her.
This is quite an easy one. What act do you prefer, 1 or 2?
Act 2 is easier.
Is it?
Yeah, but I do love Act 1. Like I have so much fun.
Yeah.
But Act 2 really, No Good Deed is the big thing.
And it
just goes a lot quicker because it's like an hour.
Yeah.
In Act 2.
And For God. Oh, I love For God.
Yeah, I love it.
I love it.
But I love Act 1. Like I have so much fun. Like it's the only time in the show I have time off stage. So I have like during Courtyard, I've got a bit of time. Like I can either go for a wee. It's my one break.
Lovely. Go on TikTok.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm always in the wing unless I go for a wee. Yeah, and just like try and chat to people.
Yeah. I've got one here. Please tell us how long it takes to get out of the Elphaba get up.
So it depends how thorough I'm being.
Okay.
And I try and be as quick because, like, especially like in Bradford, I've got people I go either walk home with or get a lift with. So people have to wait for me, and like Carl is one of them because I'm living with Carl at the minute, and so I do try my best to be quick.
So what time do you come down?
So we come down about 20 past, and I'm
10.
Yeah, or just after.
Hell.
And I'm generally leaving 10:45.
That's not bad.
It's not bad. Do I look good? No. But
What do you use to take it off?
Dermalogica.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you shower?
Yeah.
So shower, get it off. What about
Yeah.
have you ever got green hair?
In my hairline, yeah. I've actually just had more blonde put in my hair, but have to just can't get it all blonde or in the roots or anything, because then it'll just go green.
And is your skin okay?
Yeah. I had a really struggled with it in Bristol. I had breakouts and stuff, and I generally have quite good, knock on wood, skin.
Yeah.
I had a bit of a breakout there, but seemed to be on top of it now. I feel like I've got all the right products and stuff, and
It's nice, but do you have to like contour and everything with the green?
I don't do it.
You don't do it?
No.
Oh, I love that. So you just sit there?
Yeah, sit there on TikTok or like just having a chat and a laugh.
And how long does it take to get in?
It depends, but generally like I'd say wig prep and green, like 45 minutes.
Quite long though, isn't it? Every day.
And then the interval, I don't get like I'm sat in the chair having my wig and my makeup all redone.
So you take it off?
No, they just have to, Act 2
Top
is
it.
heavier. Like, so it's like a smoky eye, eyelashes, more contour. I guess anywhere that I've rubbed it off and sweated.
Oh my God, this is so freaking interesting. I'm so glad we've got you in.
Redo my hands because they're the thing that go.
So you're telling me you sit there in between shows eating dinner green?
Sometimes, yeah.
Love it.
Sometimes I'll shower. Sometimes I'll shower but still keep the green on because I'll just like want to wash my body.
Yeah.
But it's kind of easier for them to be starting on a fresh face.
Yeah.
But then I think like that's maybe what wasn't helping my skin, was taking it off and putting it back on again a lot.
Because your pores would open.
Yeah, you got to be careful.
What part of the show actually sounds easy but is quite difficult? Like, because if you think, like, you shout quite a lot, don't you? So
Well,
you have to...
I don't shout as much. I used to shout a lot in town, and then like especially when I feel like when you're standby, if you're only doing 1 or 2 shows a week or here and there, you probably do shout a bit more, and you can like just give it
beans,
like beans, belt everything for whenever you're on. But now it's the sustainability of it. Although Alice used to be very full out, and I don't know, hats off. Like, don't know how she did it for as much as she did.
Yeah.
Vocal cords of steel. But now I shout a lot less. But then it's the acting challenge of it making it seem like you're shouting, I guess.
Yeah.
But I sometimes think, like, for good sounds like it would be easy, but when you're on your 7th, 8th show of the week and you're tired, it's in your head, like a lot of it's like more in head voice than it is like belting, so that's harder when you're tired. Like I used to find, like in town, I'd have no speaking voice and like my like higher register would be really gone, but I could belt. It is crazy.
That's like Natalie Paris. Sometimes she'll come up to me because she's like big belt, and she'll go, I've got no siren at all, but she'll belt her tits off.
Yeah.
And
I sometimes find like when it's in your body, you can get it out.
yeah, it's somewhere.
Yeah.
And then finally, the last question I've got for you, because honestly, I could sit here and talk to you for hours about this. What is your favourite thing about being Elphaba?
I don't know. It's all I've ever wanted to do. So when I was younger, it was like, I want to play Elphaba if that's all I do.
Yeah.
Like, I'm happy with that. I just think we get so many people coming to see the show, and like you get a lot of fans that come and see it so many times.
Yeah.
And they just really must connect with her because she's so misunderstood. She's so special. She just wants to fight for what's right, and it's not her fault that she's green, you know, and it's a really beautiful message for people to see, because you shouldn't judge people by what don't judge a book by its cover. You know, she's just very, very special.
Aww.
And obviously the songs, like it's not like I love singing the songs.
Do you?
I love it. Like so much.
I love that.
Yeah.
Because you can, like, I know there's been horror stories with Elphaba, but I just think you sit here, you seem so comfortable. You literally are going to do a show tonight and you're just like, I love it.
Yeah, I do love it. And yeah, don't get me wrong, I've had like, when I was struggling in Edinburgh, I was thinking, I don't know, I can't do this for a year.
Yeah.
And I think when being ill so close together and so early on in the tour was challenging, then coming to Bradford knowing I've got people coming to the majority of the shows. I don't have the time to be off for 2-3 days, like, and just actually being able to trust that you can do it. I think it was actually, I was really scared, and actually now this is our last week and I'm like, okay, it's okay.
You've done it.
Nothing's gone wrong. I haven't let anyone down.
Like, you could never let anyone down.
Well, you do. Like, you don't want to let people down that have like had the tickets booked for a year and it's like, oh, sorry, I'm not on.
Yeah, no, that's the worst. That is the worst. But thank you so much for coming on. You've been an absolute delight, and I cannot wait for our listeners to have an insight of Elphaba. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
See you next week.